I've got an Android app here that I'm recording data. I'm taking pictures around a facility or wherever. Well, now I need to synchronize that back to the cloud. I need to synchronize that data back to my desktop. If it's in a Zen database, instead of piecemeal sending data somewhere, I can just take that whole database and just ship it.
Absolutely. So no ETL. So if you're using Zen everywhere, no ETL. And that buys you, one of the things that it buys you that may not be obvious is the security again. Because every time you got to do ETL, you've got to de-encrypt, transform your data and then re-encrypt it. So there's a period of time there, even if it's in memory, where it's not encrypted. So if you're using us everywhere, it stays encrypted all the way through
the entire pipeline.
There's no concern there. That's exactly right. So especially in the health industry, that's something they really worry about.
Oh my gosh. Real quick for the folks in the chat room, for some of our viewers, in case they're not familiar with the 3-letter acronym, ETL is extract, transform, and load, right?
That's what I think.
Okay. Right. So it's the action of taking data out of one database, putting it into a transportable format, and loading it into somewhere else.
Yes. I have a little, it might help. I'm sorry, I'm just going to scream through some graphics here. Here we go. So here's a slide we use a lot to show that, where you've got a sensor. Maybe it's writing the flat file. Maybe it's using Berkeley DB. That's another small database other than SQLite. Use, right? And maybe they've got some kind of larger gateway out there running MySQL. They're running SQLite on their phone. They've got Postgres running here, or perhaps SQL Server.
Oh my gosh. All these different database vendors and technologies and dialects, they all speak differently.
Yes. Yeah. So we like to say that's not Zen. So
no, that's a headache. That's what that is.
And then so we've got this very Zen view of the world, right? So here is that same graphic, but we've put Zen everywhere. And because of that, you don't have any of this ETL all the way through. And so not only do you reduce your security exposure a little bit, you also get a performance gain, because it obviously takes a few cycles to transform. To de-encrypt and re-encrypt does take a lot of cycles, right? And even the transformation takes a little bit.
Sure. Oh my gosh. And Adam TT222 in the chat room says not using SSIS, right? The SQL Server Integration Services packages. That feels good, says Adam. Yeah, you know what? It makes me think that
everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome when you can just take one database and you just move it around when you need to move data. Oh my gosh. All right, Tom. Yes, this makes a lot more sense to me. Hugo says data migration as a TLA, as a 3-letter acronym. Yeah, gosh, this is so much simpler when you're doing all that data migration. Okay, so this diagram makes a lot more sense to us. Can we